Well, as most of you have probably surmised, I'm coming to you from a tropical paradise. In fact, this area has the most diverse selection of flora and fauna in the Western Hemisphere. Lush green rainforest, exotic birds and animals, and most importantly, an ocean full of fish, big fish. Hi folks, I'm Angelo Viola. Today's Outdoor Journal adventure comes to you from the beautiful country of Costa Rica, where I'm going to try and fulfill a childhood dream of mine. But before we do that, let's catch up with Peter Bowman, who's about 4,000 miles straight north as the crow flies from Algonquin Park, Canada. Pete, what do you got for us today?
Portaging is something I've always wanted to do, and today I'm going to learn how. I got the help of a professional to show me techniques, do's and don'ts, what to try, what not to try, and more importantly, preparation to make our trip a whole lot more successful.
Couldn't agree with you more, Pete. Preparation is definitely the key to any good outing, as we'll see a little bit later on in this program. Now let's check in with Reno as he goes off the beaten path in the Florida Everglades. Reno?
Hey, Ange. This week on my Outdoor Journal adventure, I'm off to sunny Florida. More specifically, the Everglades. And I'm in search of something that's possibly older than a dinosaur, so stick around.
Great job, guys. A wilderness experience in Algonquin Park, Canada, tromping through the Florida Everglades and here in beautiful Costa Rica. Sounds exciting. That's this week's Outdoor Journal. Magnificent, isn't it? Although two major exports are bananas and the millions of pounds of coffee beans that are grown on plantations just like this one behind me, the true richness of Costa Rica lies in its people. They're friendly, warm, and show a genuine interest for visitors the minute you set foot in this magical land. Since the abolishment of its army in 1948, Costa Rica has diverted its defense funds to its people through a very successful educational system, giving Costa Rica the highest literacy rate in the Western Hemisphere at an incredible 97%. This global awareness is part of the reason why Costa Ricans have embraced tourism so openly. Another spin-off of the social development program is a greater awareness of the country's ecosystem as evidenced in the 35 national parks, reserves, and wildlife sanctuaries. From high, dry mountains to verdant rainforests, Costa Rica is home to one of the world's widest range of flora and fauna. But bananas, coffee beans, and great people aren't the only reason I'm here. You see, Costa Rica's Pacific West Coast is also headquarters to some of the best bill fishing in the world. Swordfish, sailfish, and my quest, marlin. Blacks, blues, and striped. The village of Carrillo on the Pacific West Coast is world-renowned for its bill fishing. Here, just outside of this tiny protected cove near the Guanamar Beach and Hotel, is an underwater shelf that holds large schools of both migrating as well as resident billfish. In fact, Guanamar holds the lofty position of having established the largest four-day billfishing tournament catch in the world. An incredible 1,642 sailfish were caught and released by 24 boats in just 4 days. It's an amazing record that will probably never be duplicated. Folks, there aren't enough words to describe the excitement and feeling I've got inside right now. It's definitely a dream come true. But before I turn the pages on my Outdoor Journal adventure, let's catch up with Peter Bowman, who's in Algonquin Park, Canada, preparing for a wilderness experience of his own. Pete?
Our starting point for today's Algonquin Park adventure is Toronto, Ontario. The park is about a 3-hour drive northeast of Toronto. It's the oldest and most famous provincial park in Ontario, and one of the largest in Canada, covering 7,725 square kilometers. There's over 1,500 kilometers of canoe routes and backpacking trails reaching over 70 kilometers in length. The peak tourist season is June through August. I got it. I got everything. I have got everything. Hey folks, I'm getting myself ready for a canoe portage. Now I'm just waiting for my guide Chuck from Algonquin Outfitters in Dwight, Ontario. As a matter of fact, hey Chuck, how you doing?
Great. What are you up to here?
I'm just getting my gear ready. I'm a bit of an equipment nut, as you could probably tell, but what do you think? Look at that tent, that's nice, eh?
Well, that's a beautiful tent, but I think it's a bit big for what you need for this trip, so we're going to get you something a little bit smaller.
Really? Oh, that kind of disappoints me. Okay, well what about my backpack? That's a pretty good one.
Again, that's a great backpack, but it's not really meant for a canoe trip. These frames can put a big hole in your canoe.
Oh, I guess we pretty well wouldn't want that, eh? Now, I know what you're going to say. That's my sleeping bag, unfortunately, right?
It looks really nice and cozy, but again, we have something that's really nice and small and compact. Be perfect for your trip.
Surely to God. My little thermos, my little lantern, my stove, that kind of stuff.
All those things are fine. You don't need to worry about those.
Okay, so we can bring the little stuff. Why don't we take down the tent, we'll grab this stuff, throw it in the truck, and you can show me the proper stuff to take.
Great idea.
Okay. Obviously, today's lesson, folks, is to pack light. However, there are some absolute essentials you must include. A first aid kit for minor cuts and scratches, which always seem to happen in the bush, and miscellaneous small items like waterproof matches, a match holder, a jackknife, a pocket light, drinking water tablets, and anything else you think you might need. Remember, keep it small.
Some food here for you.
Excellent. If you're going with an outfitter, they'll pack food for you. Otherwise, you can pick up some freeze-dried packaged meals which are said to replenish important nutrients. You'll also need a compact set of stackable pots and pans if you plan on cooking, and a small stove to heat up that food or brew that all-important pot of coffee in the morning. 2 items you can't leave home without are a topographical map of the area you'll be portaging in and a good compass, and make sure you know how to use both before you leave. If your sleeping bag looks too small, it'll be perfect. Leave the duffel-sized one at home. A good quality tent rated for only the number of people going on the trip to keep you dry and protected at night. And finally, a frameless backpack with lots of holding capacity to store all your gear in. And then, of course, it's off to your starting point.
Okay, Pete. This is where we start our portage.
Excellent. I guess that's where the dude's carrying the canoe there, eh? Portage start.
Exactly right.
We gotta obviously flip this baby up. What do you want? Front, back? What do you want?
Actually, they're designed these days for one person to carry them by themselves, so I thought maybe you'd like to try carrying it all by yourself.
How did I know you were gonna say that? That's what that thing's for. One person. Okay, I was wondering, you know.
It goes on your shoulder. So we need to take the paddles out of here.
Okay. And you're going to show me how to do this, obviously?
Certainly.
Because I am not a pro at this, that's for sure.
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to grab the canoe here. So you just lift it up here, rest it on your knees, grab the other side, and you'll want to just flip it up and use some momentum. Put it on your shoulders.
Beauty.
No problem.
I can try. You think I can do it?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Lean it up on the legs.
Yeah.
These short little legs. Grab that far side like that.
That's right.
And then do the sling thing.
Perfect.
Whoa, it's not that heavy actually. Now, this is awful dark in here. It's like you can't really see too much. Oh! Okay, tell me what I'm doing around here.
Okay, you need to move your hands up just a bit.
Okay.
It'll let the canoe fall back a bit, as you can see now.
Look at that, balance, perfect. I can see everything now.
Great, the other thing is I'll go to the front and you can follow my feet.
Okay, that's a good idea. Stay about, 4 boat lengths ahead in case I pull one of them on you, so.
Okay, are you all set?
Oh, perfect.
Okay, let's portage.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Wow, it's great under here. I feel so secluded.
You doing okay?
Perfect.
Okay.
I love it. I can hear my own voice. I love when I can hear my own voice. I like talking to myself. Whether you're portaging, hiking, or just trekking through the woods, sure-footed navigation will make life a whole lot easier. A pair of top-quality hiking boots with firm ankle support and a heavy-duty tread design are the only way to go for this type of rugged terrain. Forget about the latest sandal fad or your old beat-up runners. They're way out of place here. Now, although it may seem difficult to see where you're going, by simple hand positioning, you'll open up a clear view of your partner who's leading the way. And speaking of your leader, that person can keep you tuned as to what's lying ahead on the trail, such as logs, branches, or any other obstacles the canoe holder may otherwise be surprised by. This, of course, leaves you a little more at ease, allowing for a much more enjoyable portage in the wilderness. Finally here. Actually, that wasn't that bad. This is not dangerous up here, just a little set of rapids, is it?
Yeah, it'll be fine. Trust me.
I've heard that one before.
Located on the beautiful Pacific coast, Guanamar Fishing Resort is just a 30-minute flight from Costa Rica's capital city of San Jose. This secluded tropical paradise is an island of luxury amid legendary coastal wilderness. Surrounded by the Nicoya Peninsula mountain range, Guanamar is well protected from the papagayos, or the devil winds, making it fishable year-round. As I mentioned before, preparation is important to any trip. But the type of adventure that I'm about to experience needs more than just preparation. Two other tools: the right equipment and the right team. That's right, I said the right team. You see, bill fishing is very much a team sport, and today I've hooked up with one of the best and hottest teams in the South Pacific. First, the captain of the team, Heinz Eichhardt. He's the main man and is responsible for finding the fish and then staying on top of them. Second is Shukri. She's our spotter, a vital member of the team as she sort of quarterbacks the fish catching part. Chino, he's responsible for everything from bait preparation to landing and releasing the fish. This guy is nothing short of spectacular. And then, of course, there's me. I've got the most physically challenging job of all, fighting the fish. Collectively, this team has got over 50 years of bill fishing experience. Folks, I promise you, it just doesn't get any better than this. But first, and before he gets eaten by alligators, let's join up with Big Brother Reno as he shares with us his off-the-beaten-path experience from the Florida Everglades. Reno?
Our frequent flight destination is Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The center of the Everglades National Park is a 1.5-hour drive south of Fort Lauderdale. South Florida, the area in which the Everglades are located, only surfaced since the Ice Age, and nowhere do Everglade landscapes top 8 feet above sea level. The Everglades National Park is the largest continuous stand of sawgrass prairie in North America and the only subtropical preserve on the North American continent. The peak tourist season is December through March, dry season October through April, hurricane season May through mid-November. What a scorcher. When someone mentions the Florida Everglades, the tourist version of the cypress trees, the Spanish moss, and the tannic water comes into your mind. But in reality, the glades are exciting as well as exotic. And once you push beyond this postcard version, you'll find a whole new vista to discover in this great wilderness. It houses many wildlife species ranging from tropical fish to colorful insects to the most majestic of bird species like the Everglade kite and the great bald eagle. This lush ecosystem is home to several species of snakes, and one should always be on the lookout for these venomous creatures. But today, we're in search of what is possibly the last great living dinosaur, the alligator. This modern-day monster is alive and at its cold-blooded best in the glade. But in order to find Mr. Jaws, there's only one way to get there. The airboat is the only means of transportation that will do the job. As these water planes gently glide over the subtropical swamp, they can achieve speeds of 60 miles an hour and higher and can cover hundreds of acres of wilderness quickly and safely. And there is no one more familiar with these backwaters than my guide, Bill Terry. But the Glades has something for everyone that comes to Florida, even if you're not an outdoor adventurer. For the not-so-spirited, guided tours of the Glades are readily available from 1 hour to full-day outing. These short expeditions rarely travel into the heart of the River of Grass, but do give the traveler a very special sense of the Florida Everglades, and you're likely to see several species of wildlife. But where we're going is definitely not a place for tourists and should only be approached under extreme caution. Our destination was island number 23. As we approached, we went over our game plan. And by all indications, there was plenty of wildlife around, like this baby 3-footer we found amongst the reeds near the entrance. But then the moment came. It was time to go. We stepped out of the safety of our airboat and into the loamy silt that is so expected in these tannic waters and made our way. Even though the feeling was eerie, our excitement overshadowed any fear we had. Trudging through the swamp, I could not help but wonder if the next footstep would land on a submerged gator. But this was just too big an experience to turn back. This is amazing. Just a glimpse of an Olympic-sized gator was all we were looking for to fulfill our dreams, and the walk paid off. But we realized that we were only visitors on their turf and that we should respect their environment. These gators can grow to be 14 plus feet long and have a 400-pound per square inch bite. With over 80 teeth, the gator is a top-line predator in his food chain and in the glades. But I don't want to give you the impression that this is the only place where you can see gators, or that you have to go through what we did to see them. There are several places where you can get up close and personal with these oversized lizards, and there are many tourist attractions in southern Florida that have gator shows because of the popularity of the Florida alligator. However, we were in search of completely wild gators and wanted to see them in their own habitat, where they feared no one. And our location today is one of those few remaining places in the world to observe these prehistoric reptiles in their natural environment. It was fascinating for us to have had a great adventure and not disturb nature in any huge way. Well, if you're ready for an adventure, like I said, it's just a little bit out of the ordinary, and they tell me not as dangerous as it looks. Get yourself down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in the Everglades, and you will experience a jungle of a time.
Well, this certainly isn't the Everglades, but what's lurking beneath these waters is every bit as scary. The crew just informed me that they've spotted a flock of birds working the water up ahead. That's a sure sign of marlin. Don't go away, the best is yet to come. Being on board the 40-foot Magician gives me a real sense of security, even here in the mighty Pacific. Our heading is 130 degrees due south. Radar, sonar, and GPS are all vital aids when trying to find pelagic feeders like marlin. But somehow, I sense that old Heinze here could find them blindfolded. Chino painstakingly prepares the bait, at the same time keeping an eye out for any telltale signs of billfish. Once the autopilot is engaged, Heinz helps in the preparation. Too much tension on the drag system spells instant disaster. Each rod and reel is meticulously checked and checked again. Like a well-oiled machine, the team's pace quickens as we draw closer to our final destination. I can feel the crew's tension building in anticipation of the drama that's about to unfold. Then, without warning, a sign that we'd arrived. First, a surfacing porpoise, and then off in the distance, hundreds of diving seabirds. This was it, a giant school of bonita, the all-you-can-eat billfish buffet. Then, with the precision of a Swiss clock, the team went to work. Down went the outriggers, and out went the lines. It was showtime. Well, the moment we've all been waiting for, folks, we're here. Team, let the games begin. If my voice cuts out on me, bear with me. We've been yelling and screaming, getting all pumped up on the way out here, and it's also a bit of an anxiety attack. I'm pretty damn nervous. Sail, sail! There it is! There he is! There he is! Marlin! 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 This is it! Woo! There we go! Oh, spectacular! Look at that fish going! Woo! Woo! Look at that fish go! Come on, baby! He's going, he's going, he's going, oh, man! Look at that fish go! Oh, man, oh, man! Woo! Oh, forget it, it's going! Look at that smoke and that drag! Whoa! Whoa! You gotta be kidding me! Look at that fish! Somebody reach out and pinch me, will you? I don't know whether this is a dream or a nightmare. That fish doesn't even know we're here. He slowed down, yeah. He slowed down all right.
Keep going, huh?
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't dream of stopping. Are we anywhere close? You get excited too, don't you? He's just got to stop, that's all. Got to stop sometime.
This is stop. Stop it, please. Stop.
Okay. Here he is.
Hey, Angelo. Andres. Angelo, come on.
Oh my God. What a creature. What a creature. What a magnificent creature. That is absolutely breathtaking. I have never seen anything like that in my life. Hold on there, Gene. What he's doing is pumping water, obviously, through his mouth into his gills. That is a magnificent creature, though, folks. It deserves definitely to live. That is a beauty. It's a black marlin. All 400, maybe 450. Take your time, Chino. Hold on, Gene. You're doing a good job, buddy. I got you. There's one creature that everybody hopes is going to swim away and live another day. Did we make it?
No, not soon.
I think it's back up again. He's down, he's down. Oh, man. Where is he? He's over here. Yes! He went down. Woo! For the boy, Chino. He made it. He made it. Woo! Good work, team.
Yeah.
Good work. Excellent. Woo! Man. Put it behind me. Put her there, buddy.
Great
Good
job,
work.
you guys.
Good work.
Great
Excellent.
job. Great job.
Man, oh man, that is the thrill of a lifetime. You have no idea. You have no idea what that felt like. And it lived. It lived. Yes. Yes. Well, folks, that was my outdoor journal. Join us next week. Maybe we'll fulfill yours as well. Bye now. I'm going to bed.